want the NBA back.
Wow, what's going on?
I want the NBA back, but it's not going to come back.
Welcome on inside, Voice of the Nation Fast Break. My name's David Brickley alongside Kevin Figures. We all feel like that in some fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Inside our, we're just screaming and crying.
It's empty. I mean, it should have been opening night the other night. I want to fall on the floor and scream and cry myself. It should be NBA basketball right now.
Before we get started, this episode is brought to you by USA Light. They have all your landscape, LED, and flashlight needs. If you use code Lakers, they give you 10% off. Now, I gotta put this up on the screen real quickly. Shebro, we talked about him. He won the Andrew Bynum workout DVD. The guy couldn't be happier. He sent us in this picture all the way from Poland via email, and you could tell right there he really enjoyed the prize. And we're telling people that if you watch the channel, you subscribe, you win prizes, and that's to go to show that we actually sent the prize.
Exactly. No way you can lose, people. So, great Andrew Bynum DVD. There you go.
Now, the next one, last show, we also give another prize away, the Jerry West West by West book, and that goes to LAKB Mamba 24 on YouTube. So we sent him a message, and he will take that book home as well. So I'm telling you what, you watch the program.
Get some good prizes. That's a great read, by the way, people. It's a great book.
Another thing we may give away in the future is Shaq's biography. Now, I got this today, Shaq Uncut, and I can't put it down.
He's already more than halfway through it.
And I fast forwarded right to the Laker part because let's face it, that's where all the juicy material is. I don't care about Orlando. I really don't care about Miami and Cleveland.
Oh, not interested in LSU at all? Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Lakers stuff.
Okay.
And obviously the big quote that everybody's talking about, and a lot of people are going crazy about, is Shaq once told Kobe that he would kill him.
Oh, no.
Now, that quote is rolling a lot of eyes. At the same time, people want to read and know what it's all about. So your thoughts about this quote and pretty much what happened is, the Lakers as a staff said to Kobe and Shaq, no more public sparring. You guys aren't going to fight anymore in the media. And then supposedly, according to Shaq, Kobe runs off to Jim Gray. Right. He tells him that Shaq's fat and out of shape. And then right then, Shaq said, it was a truce broken. I let the guys know I'm going to kill him.
Yeah, and look, Shaq has always said, Kobe's my little brother. I do whatever for him. And it always seems like whatever beef the guys had within the locker room, Kobe Bryant was the one that always initiated anything outside of it with the media. And the whole Jim Gray thing is right at it. That was right after, I believe, they signed Peyton and Malone. The season was getting ready to start, and then out of nowhere, unprompted, Kobe has his interview with Jim Gray, and he starts criticizing Shaquille O'Neal for wanting a new contract and all these other controversial topics. So from a certain standpoint, I can understand Shaq's frustration with that.
Now, we were talking about this before the show, and this is a taboo topic that nobody talks about, especially Laker fans and Kobe supporters, because it kind of makes you cringe and you can't really defend it. Let's face it. In Colorado, Kobe was questioned by cops, and I've read the police transcripts. You could obviously tell Kobe is in a state of fear. You could see his career and his life and his wife and his family flashing before his very eyes, and he put Shaq out on the line. And listen, he said that Shaq has paid off women before, and he said that to the cops.
Yep. And
that gets out, obviously, with public record. And I'll tell you what, I got to side with Shaq because I don't know if I ever forgive someone for something like that. That's crossing the line between he's fat and out of shape to now you're messing with my personal.
Yeah, that's unforgivable. You can't throw a team in, even I want to say enemy. You don't throw under the bus that
listen,
way.
Laker fans don't like we're talking about this.
Well,
right
look,
now. They don't want to hear this.
It's reality. You can't sweep it under the rug. It happened. You can't act like it didn't happen. And like you mentioned, Kobe Bryant was nervous, and he never been in a situation like that before. He's never been in trouble with the law. But and he may have been nervous, but that still is no excuse to throw another person under the bus. What you're dealing with right now has nothing to do with him.
So and a lot of people forget that, and a lot of people want to forget that, but that's what made this thing so personal.
Right.
And that's where I think at that point there was a point of no return. Because people say, why couldn't these egos get together and win 5 championships? Well, when you throw that into the workplace, that's a tough thing to come back from. But when I read the book and I read the pages, Shaq will say a bad thing about Kobe, that he's a ball hog and a weirdo in the locker room, and he'll come back and say he's my idol. So it's kind of that back and forth thing, like he's great. I understood I understand greatness, but he also was a weird dude to deal with.
Yeah, well, there's a divide there. Like the personal life, some guys can deal with the personal issues and that sort of thing, and other guys they tune things out. Like you said, Kobe Bryant may just be a really what's the word I'm looking for? Introverted kind of
Right,
guy.
right.
Where he doesn't really interact with people on a certain level, but he works so hard. And Shaq might say, maybe I wish I had Kobe's work ethic. That's probably the kind of context to take this out of. Kobe Bryant worked so hard and did all this stuff. Maybe in a different life, I wish I worked hard. And you talk about,
players that are one-dimensional or people in life that are one-dimensional. Not to say Kobe is. I think he can kind of, do multiple things.
Sure.
But I think at 18 years old, when you're 18, you're a different person. You're a little bit immature, and you're thrown into the NBA with grown men, and people are calling you the next Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot of pressure. We know. I think you factor in that. You factor in he was young and not, mature as far as socially. I think, that kind of rubbed everybody the wrong way, even though I think those three things kind of made him who he was.
Well, it's not even the fact that people compare him to Michael Jordan. He accepted it.
Right.
He thought he was better than Michael Jordan when he came into the league. I mean, he said it himself.
But
That's
here's
I think
an inspiring quote. And Shaq said, Kobe told him, when he met Kobe pretty much, that I'm going to lead the Lakers in scoring one day. I'm going to win 5 championships. I'm going to be the Will Smith of the NBA. And he did it.
Yeah.
I mean, that amazing that you could set that goal and say, this is what I'm going to do. And the guy has 5 rings and obviously is the leading scorer in the Lakers and has led them to titles.
It's a testament to his work ethic. And, no one ever questioned how hard Kobe Bryant worked in the gym and on his basketball game. But it's always just the other things. It's interpersonal relationships in the locker room with Shaq, amongst other teammates as well.
I think he was socially awkward. I think that rubbed people the wrong way, even though, he just wanted to be on his own, practice his jump shot, listen to his music, and people took that as you don't want to hang out with us. You think you're better than us.
Yeah, but I mean, there's certain things, especially when you're playing in a team game. Like if you're a tennis player or something like that, and it's an individual game, you can do things on your own. But you're part of a team and a cohesive unit. Those nights of eating team dinners and having bonds and going out to a movie or whatever, those things are just things that teammates do, and that's how you create a better bond and a better relationship with your teammates. I just don't think Kobe Bryant was just willing to do that. For whatever reason.
during that partnership in LA, Shaq didn't help it.
Going
to the media, being childish in a way. I mean, even afterwards, the immature rap he does after Kobe loses to the Celtics. I think it was just not only did they, butt heads in that regard, but Shaq took it to a different level with his personality. The way he goes out in the media made the whole thing worse while they were teammates and especially afterwards. But Kobe's been silent recently. He doesn't come out and respond to any of this. So don't expect Kobe to respond to any quotes in these books because what's that mean? It means that he's giving Shaq free publicity, and then people want to go buy this puppy, and it comes off the shelf. So I don't think you'll hear anything from Kobe, and I think it's smart because if they got into a tug-of-war, that Colorado story starts to come back up, and you can't defend that.
Exactly. There's no defense for that for Kobe Bryant. He's always taking the high road for the most part, not saying stuff in the media. The last thing he mentioned about the whole Shaq-Kobe feud is after they won the championship, and he says, I have one more than Shaq. That's the last thing that he said.
And he gets the last word. He kind of wins in that regard.
Yep, definitely.
Because Shaq's an immature guy that's rapping about him and making fun of him, then, I'm winning championships now, and you're on the couch.
Exactly. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think everybody agrees to this. There's fault for both of them.
Right.
I don't think that you can say, Kobe Bryant was to blame, Shaq was to blame. They're both were to blame. Maybe even Phil Jackson, to a certain extent, was to blame, too, for the demise. And
and then Shaq even admitted this in his book, and I quote, I always tell people in terms of being tough on the young stars, I was a 10 with Kobe, a 4 with D. Wade, and a 1 with LeBron.
Right.
So as far as being as hard and as obnoxious as I possibly could be, I went all out on Kobe.
Yeah, I think that comes with the territory. I mean, he played with Kobe longer than any of those guys. He was with LeBron for, half of a season or maybe one full season. So he didn't have the opportunity to be as hard on LeBron as he had with Wade or with Kobe Bryant. So it's a different dynamic when it comes to that sort of situation with Shaq.
So here again, a taboo subject as far as the whole Colorado thing, but, we're real on this show. We bring up what the situation was and what it still is. And, again, I think you factor that in. But a great read so far. I couldn't put it down. I was running late today because I couldn't put down this darn book. All right, so another thing I thought was interesting was Kevin Durant said that Kobe would beat LeBron James one-on-one. He was at the Drew League versus Goodman League rematch. Is Durant playing in every amateur basketball tour, including, did you see this?
Flag football games.
Flag football at a Sigma Nu or something like that.
He's
some
all over the place.
In Oklahoma City. I mean, he's bored. He wants to play.
KD got to find something to do. I'm mad at him.
So there's a rematch, obviously, we all know last month at Long Beach State. He was asked by LA Times reporter who wins against Kobe and LeBron. He said, Kobe, he's probably the best one-on-one player in the game. Now, Laker Nation staff writer James Seibert brought up an excellent point, I thought. How much would you pay in a pay-per-view match? We're talking Mayweather-Ortiz.
Okay.
How much would you personally pay to watch this on pay-per-view, Kobe versus LeBron one-on-one?
Not much.
Before you answer that.
Okay.
Oh, you already answered.
So I already answered. All right.
Well, Obviously,
say it
who
exactly.
you take one-on-one?
Who am I taking one-on-one? Shoot,
Let me guess.
It's not an easy answer. It's not an easy answer.
People that know this show will probably know your answer.
Exactly right. Well, the problem is, and I think that I'll preface this by what one of the other people was asked. They said if LeBron James plays the way that we think
John Wall?
that he can, John Wall, yeah, exactly. It depends on how LeBron plays. If LeBron actually comes out and plays, LeBron's gonna beat him. If LeBron is in one of his moods, then Kobe Bryant will take him every single time. It's not like there's that much separating the two of them to begin with, number one. But I think if LeBron is playing 100% and Kobe's playing 100%, I think LeBron wins. But if LeBron is at 95% and Kobe's at 100%, Kobe Bryant's
well, one-on-one's a whole different game. I think Jordan at 50 years old could probably beat a guy like, an all-star, some of these guys, just because he's smarter. I don't think he misses jumpers. So you could back him down, do fadeaways. I think Jordan could probably hit 11 in a row. So it just matters. I think Kobe's a smarter basketball player. He can get you with the up fake, with the post moves, with the up and unders, and I think just that alone. I know LeBron's a lot more athletic, but obviously I think Kobe wins.
And see, that's what I say. If LeBron is going to be zoned in, he can just go around Kobe every single time. Kobe is good. He's still a good defensive player, but LeBron is bigger and quicker.
This would never happen because it's terrible PR for whoever loses. I mean, if LeBron lost to Kobe, he would
too big.
For the rest of his career, you're looking at him and his legacy. Oh, he lost, freaking got killed by Kobe in that pay-per-view match.
And it's already being criticized anyway.
But what, people pay like what, $60 to watch Mayweather and Ortiz? Right. Are you paying $60 to watch Kobe and LeBron?
I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't.
Are you going on the internet and watching this stream? You are, aren't you?
What are you
You're finding
about?
one of those sites.
I have no clue.
Justin.tv,
I have no clue what you're talking about, David.
I would pay a lot of money to see it. According to James, Mayweather Ortiz made about $1.25 million on pay-per-view. I think this makes 50,
I'm not saying people will buy it. You asked me if I would buy
Especially
it.
Especially a lockout. Do it right now when everybody's starving for something.
I think you have
people are watching Kevin Durant play flag football.
You have arguably the two best players in the game right now going one-on-one. People would jump all over this right now. So from a publicity standpoint, I don't know who they'd sign up with, whether it's Showtime, HBO, whomever. They get a giant payday. Well, obviously it wouldn't be an NBA-endorsed deal. So some independent company, the players can't cross that line. If they sign a deal with the NBA, it's like, you guys
are part of the players. If the NBA lockout lasts long, these guys, Kobe's losing $1.9 million bi-weekly, every 2 weeks.
Wow. Which is chump change for him, but still a lot of money.
All right, so I think I have a solution for this lockout. I think you bring Kobe, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Durant, Dwight Howard. You sit them across the table from David Stern and say, we want NBA basketball. Let's get a darn deal done.
That's a good idea and a great concept if they were actually united, which I don't believe they are. There are some of the elite, and even obviously there's guys in the back end. But
you're right. A report came out, Kobe and Fisher, they're probably down for a 50-50. Even
Kobe, and there may be another superstar or two who also feel the same way. We'll just take whatever deal we can get. It affects them a lot less than it affects the other guys, your lower guys on the bench who don't make as much as these guys, but they just want to make any kind of money because right now they don't have any kind of income coming in. So anything is better than nothing. So they're willing to take whatever deal the owners are throwing out there.
All right. Well, Fisher, don't you think his personal career kind of gets in fold there? If he loses a whole year, he may be done.
Yeah, this is very true. He's not getting any younger. So, there's already been rumblings that Fisher may hang it up within the next couple of years. And I think that's why it's so important for him to get as much money out of this deal as he possibly can in his last couple of seasons playing. So
At the very least, during the lockout, these Laker fans, these NBA fans are starving for basketball. We at least update them on the latest Laker news and information. We give away prizes. Doing something for them.
Exactly.
Also, if you guys do us a favor, like the video, subscribe, and comment. Let us know what you think about the Shaquille O'Neal book. Is it simply just a biography telling his story, or is he using Kobe to sell books? Comment below and let us know what you think. My name is David Brickley alongside Kevin Figures, voice of the nation. Fast break.